See where this is going. It's Detective Rose Murders. Look at this shit. What is this even going to be about? Okay. uh, okay. I don't know why it's controlling that way. Is this a smartphone game? Fuck. Did I get myself into a smartphone game? Here we go. It's a work of fiction based on. Peng Lai Tang Dynasty, China. Oh, the messenger said I would find an officer standing guard. This must be the right place. Guard, would you like to? Yes, show me how. Tap a character. Okay, double tap to walk faster. Detected on detective vision in their inventory to reveal all objects in the scene. Tap the sack to open inventory. Tap inventory object to examine it. Drag and drop an object to use or combine it. Tap pause. Save or load. My name is D. Renji. The Renji. I'm the newly appointed investigating magistrate of the Pengalai. The messenger sent me to fetch me only 30 minutes ago. He named Foreign Minister Wang Hua as his employer. I understand I'm meant to help with an urgent message. You're the new investigating magistrate? Excuse my bluntness. I wasn't expecting someone so young. You have a keen eye. I've just recently completed my studies in the capital, and this is my first appointment as a county magistrate. Wow. At the time of my capital, I gained invaluable experience serving as a secretary of the Imperial Archives and as assistant to the Imperial Counselor before that. But I believe the minister requested my presence urgently. We must not keep him waiting. Of course, apologies for my indiscretion, but on a night like this, one can't be too careful. I am Sergeant Feng Cheng Long, Minister Wang's private guard. May I see some proof of your title? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Imperial Edict. Here you go, my good man. Thank you, Magistrate. The minister is waiting for you in the entrance courtyard. Let's go into the courtyard. Chivo. Mr. It's screwed up, man, because now I can't think of any of these except for Feng Hua. Oh, you must be D. Renji, the magistrate of our little coastal district. I wish we could have met under less dire circumstances. I understand you've only been at your post for 2 weeks. The minister is well informed, but I've only begun to settle in my new station, and the area is quite new to me. In truth, I've only visited the military fort so far. This compound, on the other hand, I did not know existed. Indeed, the estate was built just recently to serve the most exclusive guests of the empire. Its existence is strictly on a need-to-know basis. Why do I need to know? It appears you've put me in a privileged position, but why? Oh, that you are correct, young magistrate. But one word of advice, that position you speak of is fraught with danger. Knowledge, after all, comes at a price. But you seem keen enough. Good. I shall start from the beginning. As you know, the district borders the coastal region that is under constant threat by the Korean Navy. I was sent here and tasked to conduct secret negotiations with my Korean counterpart, Ambassador Choi. Are you sure it's not Ambassador Lee or Ambassador Park? The Emperor himself summoned me to help deliver his proposed border treaty, a move that would undoubtedly help him regain favor in the eyes of the court and the kingdom. Needless to say, there are factions that would love nothing more to see the Emperor fail. Who threatens the Emperor? The kingdom is preposterous. Oh, prosperous. Who would dare defy the Emperor? Imperial court is full of usurpers waiting for their chance to strike. That is why this treaty is more than a simple diplomatic calculation. Its symbolic value is immeasurable. The Emperor must show his strength now more than ever, or I'm afraid his legacy will end badly. Is the Emperor in jeopardy? Are you suggesting that the Emperor's enemies are on the move? Of that there is no doubt. If 30 years in the Imperial Court has taught me anything, it is that no Emperor can truly rest. Night after night, he lies awake, anticipating the next shadow. His enemies are too numerous, too persistent. But the Emperor is a revered man. He is a capable and beloved ruler. Your father served a young and vibrant man. Today, the Emperor is an old and feeble leader, a mere shadow of his former self. His health wanes. His wife, Wu Zetian, grows with influence. As his favor falls, consort Wu gains power behind the curtains. And your role? What of you, Minister Wong? Where do you stand? Barely 5 months ago, I was still enjoying the life of a retired official. But who refuses the Emperor? Clearly, he needed an outsider like me for the job, a loyalist unlikely to be influenced by his detractors. Yet tonight, I stand at the precipice, looking clumsily at the bottom of the ravine. Perhaps you can save me. Now come with me. Who's at the bottom of the ravine? Please explain to me who is at the bottom of the ravine. Moments later, on the far side of the compound, who is at the bottom of the ravine? It cannot be the Emperor. Surely cannot be the Emperor. What is that? Oh, that is a person. Sorry, from where I was looking at it looked like a cone. Oh no. The unfortunate man you see before you is Choi Young-jun, the Korean ambassador. Fuck. Tonight was meant to be a triumphant victory, but fate has a cruel way of shuffling the deck just as you begin to believe your own destiny. Tell me what happened. Ambassador Choi and I had been meeting here secretly for weeks. Our work on the treaty was almost complete. We arranged to meet this evening to finalize it. It started innocently enough. Choi and his private guards arrived in time for supper as well. After a light meal, our business began in the earnest over some jasmine tea, just as it had many times before. What follows is a terrible blur. I remember suddenly becoming very dizzy. Moments later, I felt myself resting my head on the table before me, closing my eyes and unable to open them again. When awake, it felt like I had slept for hours. Someone must have witnessed this. That was my hope, but when I interrogated the others, all had the same answer. Unconscious. Unconscious. Each and every one. And Choi? He was gone. No one knew what happened to him, so I ordered an immediate search of the entire estate. We looked everywhere. In the end, it was his private guard who found him here, murdered in cold blood. Apparently the ambassador had previously commented on how peaceful the waterfall made him feel. How tragic. It's hard to deny the serenity of this place. May he rest in peace. Let me remind you that if we do not find a suitable explanation for the ambassador's death, tonight's events could create a rift between our two nations that no diplomatic means could mend. That is why you must solve this case tonight, or the consequences will be grave for all of us. Well, hey, not for me. I didn't have anything to do with this at all. I just got here. Yes, of course. I shall start my investigation. Has anybody been allowed to leave the premises? No, I've ordered everyone to stay until this matter is resolved. Yes! I myself walked to the nearby military outpost to request a messenger to be sent. Otherwise, none would have been permitted to step outside the gate. Very well, I shall interview each person. Search the area for the clues. Let's start with the dead guy. Used candle. Just got your first case. Can you measure up? Looks like a partially used candle. Let's pick it up. A used candle. It looks like a hand. Bloody cap belonging to the ambassador. Can I search the cap? There's a small bulge. A secret pocket is sewn into the lining. There's a lined, folded piece of paper. Anonymous letter added to inventory. Ooh. Let's see what the inventory says. How long will this charade go on? You will not get rid of me so easily. I will have my answer tonight. Oh, what? Uh-oh. You found a letter in Troy's... Forensic op. Oh. So I need advantage. His head. The back of his head was smashed in by a narrow, jagged object, likely killing him on impact. The torso. Something is tucked underneath his shirt. A silk handkerchief with the ambassador's seal. No defensive wounds or sign of a struggle. Could he have known his attacker? Some footprints are still visible at the edge of the water. Curiously, it seems he was facing away from his attacker when it... Summarize. Blow to his head was fatal, but why was he facing away from his killer? I need to find the murder weapon. Unless he was threatened or carried here, it seems the ambassador came on his own volition. But why? Perhaps he knew the killer. It's this guy right here, dude. It's this fucking guy. Minister Fa Wong, dude. Excuse me. Anonymous letter. I need to see if you know anything about this, sir. This was all found on his body. It doesn't appear to be Troy's handwriting, but I don't understand who could have written this. What was Troy involved with? What about the silk handkerchief? What can you tell me? That won't be necessary. There's got to be an easier way to do this stuff. Do you know anything about this used candle? Okay. I wish this... Is there a faster way to scroll this? No. How can I help? Who else was on the premises? Compound is a compound, small house, and private garden. Attended by a staff of 3, a house steward, a cook, and a maidservant. The ambassador and I have a private guard who will remain by our side each. Where are they now? I met my guard at the front gate. The rest of Troy is standing outside this very cave. The house steward is trying to keep himself busy in the main courtyard, and you'll find the cook and the maidservant in the house. How did you fall unconscious? Some sort of sleeping drug, I imagine. At first, I thought our food might have been tampered with, but since dinner was served to only the ambassador and I, this would hardly explain why the others succumbed as well. After waking, I examined the candles that were lit earlier in the evening. Judging by the condition, passed out for just a half an hour. But the most remarkable thing is, if all accounts are true, everyone in the house passed out at the same time. What? When I worked as a secretary, I once read of a case in which a powerful sleeping guest was introduced in a closed room. All within it were knocked out minutes later. If what you say is true, it's highly possible a similar method was used here. As a matter of fact, at the time of dinner, all doors and windows were indeed closed. Did you know about these? Oh, did it happen passed out? I've replayed the events leading up to the disappearance over and over. Alas, nothing suspicious comes to mind. Were you the first to regain conscience? No, the house steward and Choi's guard were already awake. They claim to have come to only moments earlier. The other woke shortly after I did. Okay. Who knew about these meetings? For obvious reason, the people presently here all had some degree of knowledge. But the Emperor himself is the only one who knows of the nature of the work. The treaty was only to be made public after we had finalized it. Evidently, we're not cautious enough. What's so important about this treaty? Do you think who do you think benefits the most? The Koreans? No, they have no stomach for war against her. Make no mistake, our emperor is the one who would have gained the most from this agreement, allowing him to recapture the hearts and minds of the people in the twilight of his reign. But he will be the one paying dearly for its failure. Like vultures circling weak prey, his enemies will advance. Mark my words. You have much to learn, young magistrate. We live in an uncertain time. Each move we make now either secures the empire or precipitates its demise. Any suspects? Wish I could say, but I don't. Yeah. Why did you ask for me? You are responsible for all matters of law and order. Okay. Okay. Later. Oh, he left. Let's go. Ghetto? Is this a ghetto? Oh, grotto. What's up, Captain Bay? Oh, Captain Bay. What's up, girl? I mean, what's up, dude? Let's talk to Captain Bay. Yes, I am. There's no read. I do not wish to speak to any Chinese officials until the investigative team. What do you mean? Why should I trust a Chinese detective when it is under Chinese care that the ambassador has been assassinated? Do you think me that naive? I need your help. I need your help. How do you need my help? What protection did you offer my master? How did you help him? I understand your reservations, but if we do not act tonight, the trail may be lost and we may lose our only chance to apprehend the killer. How can we just do nothing and wait? I will make a bargain with you. Show me that you are truly here to find the truth. Show me your skills as an investigator. I will cooperate you with. What's your question? Very well. You have a deal. I will return when I have uncovered more about the case. How about this? How about this anonymous letter? On second thought, that probably won't work. Okay. The problem with this game is it's too the what's it called? They're too archaic. What is this? Rag. Let's look at the rag. It's a piece of cloth has been dropped on the floor. A rag coated with some sort of herbal oil. I can't identify the herb, but it has a minty aroma. Huh. Excuse me, sir. Are you the steward? Yes. I'm Song Yueming. I manage a small staff that cares for this compound and its guest. It's a relief to see you here, sir. Perhaps we can find out what really happened tonight. This is my hope also. Can you tell me about how the night unfolded? Dreadfully, sir. Not 100 years could have imagined such terror. We thought this place was safe, untouchable even, but those notions were quickly smashed to bits tonight. Go on. I was in the kitchen when it happened. I was overseeing the plating of some desserts with Chef Chu when, for no apparent reason, he just tumbled to the ground like a large sack of rice. I bent down to assist him, but suddenly my vision became blurry. And my legs felt weak. My weight was pulled down the floor, and I was out cold. Later, when I came to, that Chu was still on the ground, and I checked to see if he was alive, which he was. I knew that I had run to the sitting room, where I suspected the others had suffered a similar fate or worse. There they were, all unconscious, except for the ambassador's bodyguard. As I looked at him, standing over his master's seat, it was at that moment I realized that the ambassador was missing. Did you wake the others? No, I didn't want to risk it. Who knows what kind of poison we had been subjected to. But there was no need. Only moments later they started waking one by one. When Minister Wang became fully aware of the situation, he immediately ordered us to search the premise for Choi. I was shocked, as everyone, when his own guard found him dead on the garden grotto. What manner of sorcery could have lured him into that cave? That is a vital question. What do you... Why are you sleeping? Oh yes, for me, rather my nerves keeps me bustling and relaxed. Otherwise, I'm not used to sitting. How did you prepare for tonight? Yes, preparations were meticulous as always. We served Minister Wang, followed by the ambassador shortly after sundown. I set the tables, lit the evening candles, and we promptly began serving supper, then tea. That's when I headed back to the kitchen to prepare the desserts, and you know what happened. Did anyone else eat besides the minister and ambassador? No, sir. Staff isn't allowed to eat until long after the guests have left. They've been instructed to eat before they arrive here, so it's not usually a concern. Same goes for the bodyguards. And am I right to assume that the food is prepared on site? That's right, sir. Everything is prepared here by Chef Chu. We won't allow any food from outside. About the candles. So you lit the candles in the house at the start of the evening. What kind of candles do you use? After that, you have to ask Sun Ying, the maidservant. She manages our candle supply. And did anyone change or handle the candles after you initially lit? No, sir. The candles usually last well into the night. Even now, they still burn in the house. Oh. And this candle is all melted out. Tell me about you and your staff. Well, the staff here is small, but we manage. Chu and I have been working here since the beginning. Young is the maidservant. Came aboard last spring. We had to replace the first maidservant because her mother was sick and wanted to return home to care for her. The rules and routines are very strict with all secrecy and stuff. There's little room for error and improvisation, and tonight was no exception. I'll leave you to work. Actually, what if I show you this coated rag? What is this? Sir, do you know what this is? I don't see how that would help. Anonymous letter? I don't see how that would help. What? Stone bench. No. Let's go into the house. Minister Wawang. Let's talk to Sun Ying. Excuse me, Sun Ying. What happened so fast? I remember the minister and the ambassador arriving one after another, just after nightfall. I remember sitting in the sitting room. Minister sat here next to the wall. Ambassador was over there to his left. We began servicing dinner. I remember Mr. Song saying he was going to the kitchen to check on the desserts, and that's when one moment I was serving tea, the next I was lying on the floor confused and drunk. And when I realized we had been drugged, that the bastard had been killed. I didn't know what to think. All I know is that he didn't deserve to die that way. Our destinies are often beyond our own control. We bend and break the mercy of a higher power. I'm sorry, sir. No need to apologize. What's taken here tonight would unnerve the best of us. Thank you for your kind words. I hope you find the person who didn't bring him to justice. Tell me about yourself. I'm a simple servant girl like I have been since I was little. My parents died when I was young, so I learned to fend for myself. Sorry to hear that. Are you treated well? I am, sir, very well. Mr. Wang is a good man, and Mr. Song, he's a demanding, but I've never known him to be unreasonable. For now, but now that this has happened, I wonder if they'll continue to let us work here. How did you end up working here? I applied to an agency. They put my name on a waiting list, and they told me to contact me if anything. I heard the girl who worked here before had to leave because she had to take care of her sick mother. I guess I was next in line. After that, I was happy to pay them their finder's fee. About the candle. Who supplies the candles? I buy a new batch every week from the local candle maker. I don't remember his name, sir. Everybody in town buys their candles from his shop. Did you know anything different about the latest batch? No, sir. They looked and smelled the same to me. They're just plain unscented candles. I'd like to examine any leftover you might have. Where do you keep them? Yes, of course. They're stored in a lockbox in the storage room. Here's the key. Okay. When does Elden Ring come out? Piano? I hope I was of some to the kitchen. What's over here? Is this the storage room? Storage room. Courtyard. Let's go to the kitchen. Oh shit, let's pick up the... Oh, no, he won't let me pick up the knife. Desserts. Let's check the desserts. But Elden Ring is is like a medieval Dark Souls, right? Or what? Not a medieval Dark Souls? Chu Fu. You must be a detective, yes. Ah, I've heard of you. Is that so? My cousin Singh is the cook of the military fort. He told me all about your recent visit there. He told me he prepared his specialty pork dumplings. Between you and me, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if you've had better. That cousin of mine, he's always been a bragger. You seem strangely undisturbed by tonight's event, Chef Chu. Tell me, you've been drinking wine? Well, I suppose I did have a sip of wine here and there. It's been such a long, stressful night. I was just trying to calm my nerves a little bit. I see, and oh shit, fit enough. I'd wager I'm the sharpest one here. You don't need to worry about 1 second. Fire away. Very well. Well, tell me about yourself. You want to know about me? I guess I see where this is going. I suppose we're all suspects here, are we not? No need to be tactful around me, sir. I know how this works. You pretend to question, and questions are harmless and routine, and all while along selling a trap for me, the unsuspecting wrongdoer. Isn't that right? Nothing routine about a murder. Now, Chu, either you start talking seriously or I detain you in our fine jailhouse for wrongdoers until you sober up. I'm terribly sorry. I was just jesting. I didn't mean to offend. It must be the wine. I'm not usually this talkative. Anyways, I was saying, I come from a long line of chefs, 4 generations, if you can believe. I've been a chef for 16 years, and that's exactly 2 more than my older cousin Singh. In recent years, I settled for working for the imperial court, going wherever they ask. The pay is a little better, and I don't mind traveling. A bachelor's life has its perks, you know? And about the dinner service? What can you tell me about tonight's dinner service? Well, the minister prefers his meals light and simple, and tonight's menu was no different. I prepared a sweet duck soup, followed by some fried fish cakes and white rice. The custard tarts were next, but it turns out we never got around to serving those. You prepare all the food yourself? Of course. Unlike my cousin who relies on his assistants, I don't let anyone touch my food. About falling unconscious. What were you doing before you fell unconscious? Let's see. I was standing over here plating those custard tarts. Mr. Stong was standing right next to me. I swear that man wouldn't know the difference between a tart and a pie. His life depended on it. Don't get me wrong, he's a hard-working man and everything, but he doesn't know heads from tails in the kitchen. Well, anyways, I was around and I started feeling dizzy, like I was in a drunken haze, but without the drinking. I must have blacked out after that. The last thing I remember is a distinct metallic smell in the air. Regrettably, I passed out before I could identify it. You think you could have identified it? Didn't I tell you? At the risk of sounding boastful, I'm blessed with a nose, or I should say a precise instrument, capable of recognizing any ingredient only by its scent. In culinary school, they used to call me the Hound. One whiff at someone's breath and I could tell the contents of their last meal. Ooh, why would you want to go around smelling people's breath? Why not? Why not? I don't see why not. Seems like you had some steamed chicken. Prepared with ginger and chives? That's correct. It's quite a talent you have there. Ah, I knew a man like you would appreciate such refined senses. If you'd like me to demonstrate at any time, feel free to bring me anything with the slightest hint of aroma and I'll identify the source. Why not? Do you have any theories? It's those damn revolutionaries. They're plotting to overthrow the empire. I just know it. They have their eyes and ears everywhere. My cousin Singh thinks I'm crazy. Doesn't think the throne is vulnerable. But that's exactly why the kind of thing that will get you in trouble. You wouldn't have any proof to these conspiracies theories, would you? Proof? Well, not exactly, but it's more of a gut feeling than anything else. After all these years cooking for a scholar, aristocrat, and officer, one picks up these things. I see. Well, unless you can muster up some actual evidence regarding the situation at hand, I'd rather leave those grand theories for another day. You're the one who asked him about your cousin Singh. Fond of him. He's a nuisance all my life. More like a rival, a nemesis. Who am I kidding? Singh's the only family I got, a true friend. Wait, you're not going to tell him I said that. You can't. You mustn't. I won't hear the end of it. No need to worry. I won't tell a soul. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you. I need you to identify this coated rag, please. Can you identify this oil? It's peppermint. Peppermint, are you sure? Positive. Granted, I don't generally cook with it, but it's a fine medicinal oil, perfect for clearing a mild headache and prevent perhaps a severe case of drunkenness. One whiff and it'll wake you right up. Of course. The killer had planned to put everyone to sleep, including the ambassador, but needed a way to wake himself up. Thank you, Chu. Thank you. Okay, confirm that the rag was peppermint oil. It was used to wake up Choi. Huh. Charcoal tongs. What am I use a charcoal tongs for? Oh wait, I can. Where's the whoop, 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 whoop. That's all the stuff. Okay, dried vegetables. Ginger garlic. See, I forgot I can do that. It's down here. Brick stove. Ooh. The coals are still warm. Let's see if we can grab something out of the coal. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Okay. Okay, let's look at this. Chef's been drinking wine. What an asshole. There should be a button to do all this stuff. Okay, let's get out of here. Sandy's here. Entrance to the courtyard. Okay. Oh, okay. Storage room. Damn. House supplies. Just an ordinary house supplies. Lockbox. Open it up, baby. Unused candle. Let's take it. I need you to identify this unused candle. Oh, you gotta walk all the way around. Motherfucker. Do you recognize the scent of this discolored part? He's gonna pass out. Yes, that's the same faint metallic smell that I detected in the air just prior to... It's hard to pinpoint the substance meant to be burned, but I wager a full purse that I was dealing with some sort of opium. Opium? In the hands of a skilled chemist or herbalist, it could be harnessed in such a way. Thank you for your assistance. I'm gonna have to show her this opium-induced candle. Obviously meant to murder everyone. Why didn't he just leave it? To the kitchen. Oh, I can go from the kitchen in there too. Shit. Oh, I'm very lucky that I was able to use these tongs. Oh, god damn it. I was supposed to grab it. Let's see what's in here. No. Bronze candlestick. There's small traces of blood, and the shape matches that of an wound. This must be the murder weapon. Candlestick added. What? Can't see how that would help. It's perfect. Fit down. Okay. Clearly the two items were taken from the house at the time of the murder. Okay. God damn it. Did you tell me about this? Oh, what? Alright, I gotta save. What do I do next?